What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all having a great day today. So today we are back in Madden 21 and we're going to do a something a bit different. We're going to do a rebuild on the Miami Dolphins. So pretty much how this is going to work is that I'm going to attempt to rebuild and get the Miami Dolphins to the Super Bowl and possibly win it within 5 years. Now, this isn't a realistic rebuild, so I'll be able to trade guys that realistically wouldn't necessarily be traded, and I could get some good trade picks for them and stuff. But I'm gonna try to keep it within the realism. I think realistic rebuild is mainly just for draft classes and stuff like that. And currently, I do not have a draft class for the upcoming 2021 season with Lawrence Taylor. So yeah. Anyway, so I guess starting off with our roster, we're probably gonna start Tua at quarterback. Going into this year, we do have Ryan Fitzpatrick there. His penalty is a 1.5 million cap penalty, so not terrible. I'll probably keep him on the roster for this year. We also do have Josh Rosen, but we're probably also going to get rid of him. Then when you look at the running backs, you have Jordan Howard and Matt Breida. I'm thinking that, actually, you know what, let's just check the dev trades here. So we have star dev for Breida, and then we have, okay, so 2 star devs. So we're probably going to rock it for the entire duration of the rebuild with Matt Breida, and then also with Jordan Howard at fullback. Doesn't really matter. Then we have wide receivers. We have a 27-year-old Devontae Parker. We're going to try to rock it with him for like 4 years, most likely. Then we have Albert Wilson. We will have to get a replacement eventually because I do believe he does have normal dev, so he will start to regress in the next upcoming 2 years. And then probably Preston Williams, we can look to probably progress and see if we can get him any better. I do see a lot of potential in that. He does have star dev, which is good. Then tight end, we're going to try to rock it with Mike Gesicki. Adam Shaheen, we probably gonna try to stick with him. He's 25. He is normal dev, so not great. Left tackle, we do have Davenport. He's 25, 64. We're probably gonna have to get a replacement for him at left tackle. Left guard, we have Eric Flowers. Probably keep him for around 1 or 2 years. We would eventually get rid of him and upgrade that position if he doesn't progress. Then at center, we have a 70 overall, 24 or 27. So, it looks like this offense is definitely going to need to be upgraded, especially at the tackle positions. Then when you look at the defense, we have Emmanuel Ogba. He's 26, 75 overall. He is a normal dev, so we might have to move on from him, see if we can get him into the lower 80 overalls. Then we do have right end Christian Wilkins. We're going to try to develop him. I believe he has normal dev, so we'll see if we can boost his dev up at least 1. Then at defensive tackle, we have 25, 77. Then we have Kyle Van Noy. Now he is 29. His dev trait, I believe, is a star, so we are going to have to eventually move on from him, probably within the next 1 or 2 years. Then when we go to middle linebacker, we do have some pretty good middle linebackers here. We're probably going to stick with Baker and McMillan. McMillan's 24, Baker's 23, and they're both around pretty good positions right now in terms of their overall star dev. And then I believe another star dev, normal dev. So definitely look for McMillan to really take over that middle linebacker position. Right outside linebacker, we have Shaq Lawson. Believe he has normal dev. He has star dev, actually. Okay, that's cool. So he's 26, star dev. We'll try to progress him a little bit. Then we have Byron Jones. Now, I want to keep Byron Jones for the duration of this rebuild. He's really good corner. He's superstar dev, so he shouldn't regress too bad when he gets into his 30s. But, other than these 2 positions, 1 position, really, like 2 to 3 years, we're going to have to find some new corners. Free safety, we have Bobby McCain. Normal dev, he's 27, eventually gonna have to get a replacement, but we'll stick with him for now. Same thing with Eric Rowe. I'm guessing he's probably normal dev. Yes, he's also normal dev. And then for the kicker and punter, actually we're pretty good there, so I don't think we're really gonna need to get a replacement. But just for the season goal, we're probably gonna stick with around we'll stick with 4 wins. This team doesn't have a whole lot of depth. Now, I guess with the overall just lineup and stuff like that, we are going to start Tua. because he is a rookie, and I believe he'll probably have star dev, but we'll have to find that out. And, other than that, though, I think we are pretty much set. So we're going to go to the midseason point, see who we want to sign, and, yeah, we'll figure all this out. All right, so we are in the mid-season. We do have a couple players that we need to upgrade. So Christian Wilkins, obviously one of those guys that we definitely want to upgrade. It looks like a morale is taking a pretty bad hit for our players. So we're definitely gonna have to see what our record is. It's probably not gonna be too good. We are 0-8, so we're probably gonna get the #1 overall pick, which isn't great. Then when we look at the players that we want to negotiate with, obviously I do want to lock down Matt Breida. I want to lock down the defensive tackle here. McMillan, we definitely want to lock down, and probably punter. And I think that's about it, to be honest. I mean, maybe Needham, because he is 23, but he does have normal dev, so I'm gonna have to consider that. Everybody else, though, I think can go to free agency. I don't really think we need them. So, let's just see. I'm going to give Matt Breida a 4-year deal. We'll boost up his salary just a slight bit, see if he signs. Okay, so we're sticking with him. Awesome. Then let's go to the defensive tackle here. We'll give him, I want to say, a 3-year deal. We do have quite a bit of money, so hopefully he'll stay with us. He's staying with us. Awesome. We got him locked down. Then we'll go to McMillan. Definitely want to have him for the rest of this rebuild, so we'll sign him to a 6-year deal. $52 million offer, not too bad. And he's going to stick with us. And, we'll sign the punter as well, give him like a 3-year deal. And, I think that's about it for now. I'll do some scouting. Well, actually, let's check to see who we have available for scouting. Honestly, I would expect, especially with Madden 21, that there are going to be a lot of good corners. We definitely want to look at upgrading our wide receivers, however, because we are in desperate need of wide receivers. So, I'm just going to do some scouting here. We do have some pretty good #1 overall wide receivers in the draft. So, I'll do some scouting. I'll see you everybody at the preseason mark, or the playoff mark. And, we'll go from there and continue to build up this Miami Dolphins team. All right, so we did not make the playoffs. Not really surprising. We went 1-15. We only won 1 game for the entire season. That is pretty rough. When we look at the guys that we want to progress, obviously Jerome Baker, we're going to try to get him to be a scheme fit here. It may happen, may not happen. We're just going to have to find that out. Then everybody else, we can just automatic upgrade. Then when we look at the season stats, how did Tua do? Oh, that is definitely not good. Tua had 17 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, pretty much a pretty basic rookie quarterback year. So hopefully he'll do better next year, get him some weapons, better offensive line. Then we have Matt Breida, didn't hit 1,000 yards, doesn't look great, only got 1 touchdown. No 1,000-yard wide receivers here. How do we do on defense? Defensively, we were 3 picks, so not great with our picks, not terrible, however. With the sacks, we're definitely going to need to get that sacks up. Kyle Van Noy, once again, he is going to be turning 30 this year, so we definitely want to move on from him. And, I don't think that's going to be a huge issue as of right now, but we're definitely going to have to look into the future to see what we have. So, you know what? Let's just go ahead to the offseason. I'll sign everybody that I want to sign, and, we'll see who we can find in free agency. Okay, so looking at the yearly awards, Cam Newton got the MVP. Russell Wilson came in 2nd place. I doubt we had anybody. Sean Payton, Coach of the Year. AFC, we had nobody there. Defensive Player of the Year, we didn't have anybody. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Tua came in at number 3, which is pretty nice. Then Defensive Rookie of the Year, we had nobody. So yeah, I mean, not a whole lot positive wise, but it is a start. It is a start. And just a quick little update here in terms of the scouting. We have absolutely no good offensive linemen. So, this is not going to be great, especially for right tackle, because we do need a right tackle pretty badly here. So we're probably going to have to look in free agency for a right tackle, possibly right guard. We're going to try to stick with Eric Flowers for a little bit. But, we're definitely just going to have to find out. how this is all going to go in this offseason, see who we have in free agency. So let's just advance to next week. And, I think there's a pretty good chance here that we're not really going to sign anybody else here. We do need a center. So is there anybody that I really... No, all these guys can walk. Davenport, I don't really need him anymore. So we're just going to advance, go to free agency, and we're going to see who I want to sign here. All right, so automatically looking at the free agency, we do have Aaron Jones. We don't really need a running back. We're really looking for offensive line here. So we do have a Trent Williams, 92 overall, 33, kind of getting up there. Don't really want a Band-Aid for this year. We do have Eric Flowers, so we don't need a replacement there yet. When we look at really the young guys, there are really no young guys, so we might have to sign Alex Mack just for a 1-year deal. Right tackle, not a whole lot of guys. We might sign Justin Murray. He is a 66, so this is going to be kind of a struggling year for our offense going into next year. We really need an entirely new defense, to be honest. And there just aren't a whole lot of guys that we want to re-sign. So looking at who we're probably going to sign, we're probably going to sign Alex Mack. I don't want to spend too much money in free agency. At wide receiver, we could probably sign... we might sign Curtis Samuel. I'm not entirely sure about that. Yeah, so I'm going to sign those two guys. Let's see if we get them, and I'll see you guys at the draft. All right, so before we hit the draft, we are in the offseason free agency week 3, and we actually didn't end up going for Pascal here. I was going to try to go for Samuels, but the Raiders outbidded me, and I was not willing to spend that much money on at wide receiver. So we did get Pascal. He's an 80 overall. Alex Mack is coming for a 1-year deal, and so is Gilbert. So we do have a better offensive line, at least for this year. Then when we look at scouting wise, once again, there isn't a whole lot of talent right now. So, I think going into round 1, we're probably going to have to look at our offensive line here. If there is anybody that's really good, if I find any diamonds in the rough, we're definitely going to have to watch out for that. Defensively, I think defensive tackle's probably a pretty smart move here. So, definitely watch out for Timmy Anderson, possibly Reggie Laurie. If he's any good, he doesn't look really good. So, probably we'll find out who we're going to go for in the draft. It is a pretty decent draft, not great, but you know what? We're just going to hop into the draft, and we're going to see who I pick. Okay, so going into the draft, we do have pick number 1. So when we look at the draft here, we do have a ton of prospects here. I just wanted to show you guys the first overall pick that we have. I think we're going to probably go for Timmy Anderson, just because there isn't a whole lot of other guys that I really see with the first overall pick. We do need to improve our defensive line. It is getting pretty old here. So let me just look here. We do have 40-yard dash, broad jump, 30 cone, 20-yard shuttle, bench press. So he actually looks pretty good, but this guy looks pretty good too. So we're going to take him. He is a 73 normal div, so not terrible. And you know what? I'm just going to draft everybody else, and I'll see you guys at the draft recap. All right, so going into the 2021 season draft recap, I really went to the 5th round, then I had stopped because there wasn't really anybody available. So we did get Timmy Anderson, then we got Marcus Grubbs, and he is a strong safety, so he'll be starting at strong safety for us. Then we got Mike Callan, 72, and then everybody else just is kind of backup positions and really just fill needs. So hopefully we can get Devin Gary here to progress a little bit behind the left tackle that we currently have. And same here with Callan. He does have 1 year to develop, and I do feel pretty optimistic about him. He is 23, 72, so we could probably see him around 75, 76 by the time he actually becomes a starter. So our offensive line is slowly getting better. When we look at the actual lineup going into this season, it's not a whole lot different. We do have Pascal, we have Parker still. Now there is still a regression. So Tua is star dev. He is a 77 technically without the morale minus. And I think that overall, I mean, it wasn't a terrible draft. We're definitely going to have to look at the draft for next year. McMillan is a superstar now, which is awesome. And, hey, I mean, we definitely do have something going here. I don't have high expectations going into year 2, but year 3, definitely, hopefully, we can expect some stuff. So we're going to go to the regular season and set our season goal. All right, so for our season goal here, I think we're gonna try to go for at least 4 wins again this year. I don't have super high expectations still this year. We are only a 78 overall, 77 offense, 80 defense. So hopefully our defense can do something here. Tua is finally developing a little bit more, so he's going to be a 78 going into this season. So hopefully Tua does really well. But yeah, so we're just going to go ahead, go to the midseason point. So we have to sign who we might get rid of. And yeah, I'll see you guys there. All right, so we are back. It is week 9 of the 2021 season. We are actually 5-2, which is amazing. We are second in our division here. So, I think Tua's probably going off right now, man. I'm pretty excited about this. We can actually maybe get some gameplay for you guys. But hey, I mean, we're looking pretty good. I'm going to have to check out the stats for everybody right now, because I'm guessing that our defense probably has done something pretty nice. Tua, not doing great still. 9 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Don't know what's going on there. Ooh, jeez. How in the world are we winning all these games right now? Is it our defense? We got, a ton of picks right now. Sack-wise, Kyle Van Noy still doing pretty well there. Okay, all right. Well, when we look at who we want to sign going into next season, we do have Alex Mack. We don't want to sign Gesicki, probably want to sign him. Jerome Baker, probably going to want to sign him. Same with Preston Williams. And I think that'll probably be about it. So let's just see really quick if we can even get Gesicki on a 4-year deal worth $25.9 million. We'll come back to the table with him. I definitely want to have him on the team. When we have Jerome Baker. Okay, so yeah, okay, we got Jerome Baker. Then we have Preston Williams. He's developing pretty well right now. So we're going to go ahead and give him a 4-year deal. There we go. He accepted it. Thank you, sir. And so all we really have to do is come back with Mike Gesicki and make sure that he is signed, because he is not going anywhere. Wow. Yeah. So, looks like we're going to probably have to franchise tag him. All right, so going into the playoffs, we did not make the playoffs again. We did falling back down to earth a little bit here. We went 9-7, tied for 3rd in our division. So it wasn't a terrible year, I would say. But, definitely we did better than I thought we would. That is definitely for sure. So Bobby McCain is now a 76 overall. He is 29, however. So we are going to have to find a replacement here pretty soon for our free safety. Then when we look at the stats, Tua not looking good, man. Better than last year. 20 touchdowns, 14 picks. I'm not sure what's going on with Tua right now. We might have to change the scheme, see how he does. But if he doesn't start performing within the next year, man, we might have to get a new quarterback. At running back, Matt Breida had a better year. I think that we definitely need to improve our offensive line still, even though the draft class is bare dry right now. I don't even know what to say about that. Definitely not bad, though. Wide receiver wise, still haven't hit 1,000 yards for any of our wide receivers. Gesicki had 8 touchdowns, so not bad. Blocking wise, left tackle, he's a rookie. Let up 14 sacks, not great. Van Noy, though, Kyle Van Noy had 10 sacks, not bad. He will be definitely sticking with this. Byron Jones did really well. So picks were good. It definitely seems like our defense were the vocal point of our team. And, it's not terrible. It really isn't. I would just love to see a little bit more production from Tua Tagovailoa. So we're gonna hop into the re-signing period here. Maybe we sign Gesicki to a franchise tag. Maybe we don't. I'm not entirely sure, but we're about to find out. Okay, so going into the yearly awards, once again, do not have high expectations here. Cam Newton got MVP once again. Tua didn't even make it on the list. Not a surprise to me. Actually, we did get McKillen. He got in the top 10. I don't think anybody else did, however. Defensive Rookie of the Years, nobody. That was offense. Defensive Rookie of the Years, however, we did have 2 people here in Grubbs and in Timmy Anderson. So not terrible, man, not terrible. Once again, defense was definitely the vocal point here. Now, when we go into re-sign period, looks like we're gonna have to franchise tag Gesicki. I think, yep, Alex Mack did retire, so we do not have to sign him. We're going to franchise tag him, Gesicki here. So he's been franchise tag, locked down. Hopefully we can sign him going into next year for a long-term deal. But we do have a team, or a tight end for right now. So then when we go into free agency here, we don't have a whole lot of money that I want to spend right now. When we look at it, we do have Honey Badger. Don't really want to get him because we are progressing with our guy right now. I mean, man, Aaron Jones is here. We might want to put some money into him. He looks pretty good. Wide receiver wise, don't really need any wide receivers. We do, however, need a left tackle desperately. Still nobody really there that I'm interested in. Left guard, not really interested in. There's not really anybody here that I really am looking to resign on the offensive line. Besides, man, Orlando Brown Jr. He could be a guy, obviously that is going to be quite a lot of money. But if we get him, we probably would have a pretty good offensive line. Then on the defense, we do need a left end pretty badly here. So we're definitely going to have to look for that in the draft. There's not really anybody else, man. Van Noy's at 83 now. So we might have to replace him next year. But other than that, man, I mean, it's looking pretty good still. Our team is starting to get a bit older at some positions. But, I definitely think that if we can sign, let's see, Orlando Brown here, will be in pretty good shape, at least for the right tackle position. All right, so good news. We did get Orlando Brown. Finally, you know what? Tua, you're welcome, my guy. We are trying to get you the weapons that you need. And, offensive line's looking a bit better, man. We still need a left tackle. I think the main thing we're going to be looking for in our team going into the draft, though, is definitely our pass rush here. Possibly get a new free safety. Maybe look at a corner here because we do have corners who are getting older. And, I think that's really about it. Offensive line and defensive line definitely going to be the main vocal points going into the draft here. Okay, so we actually did get a 5th-year option here. Let's see who it is for. Right now, we are looking for Christian Wilkins. Man, I mean, he's not doing great. I want to see what he does going into this year, and because I really don't see that he has a whole lot of potential right now. So we're going to decline that 5th-year option, and yeah, let's just keep on scouting here. All right, so going into the draft this year, we have number 18 for our pick. I'm really looking for possibly a free safety or left end. If anybody is available, we will obviously take them. Corners have pretty much all been taken already, which is pretty insane. Not really any pass rush guys. Dalton Nicholas, however, looks like an absolute stud, so we're gonna take him. He does have 76 overall. Unfortunately, is a normal dev, so man, dang. But you know what? He is going to be a pretty big vocal point of our offense. Okay, so round 2. Not a whole lot of guys here. Offense is still pretty much suffering here. I don't really see anybody that I would really want. When you look at free safety, however, you do have Tej Boykin. So he's an option. He is an option, man. Now I did see a pretty stellar running back who's supposed to go in the 4th round. It is kind of early to draft him, so I might wait on him for a little bit, see if he drops. But man, I mean, this is kind of a hard one, especially since we do not have a whole lot of players. I think the safe pick, to be honest, would be to go with this running back. And there you go. Look at that. Niles Coleman, 75 overall, hidden dev. Let's go. All right, so we are now in the 3rd round for the final pick that I'm going to show you guys. We're probably going to have to take here a free safety. Obviously, it is the 3rd round. Boykin doesn't look terrible. When you look at this guy, however, Monroe or even Madden, Madden doesn't look great. I think we're gonna have to stick with Monroe here. 68 hidden dev. I'll take it every day of the week. Let's get over to the draft recap. All right, so looking at the draft recap here, we did actually have a pretty good draft going into this year. So number 1 overall pick, we got Dalton Nicholas, 76 overall, normal dev. He's going to be a starting left end. Then we did get in the 2nd round a 75 overall Niles Coleman with hidden dev. When you look at his stats here, man, he has 81 break tackle, 92 speed, 94 acceleration. So he is looking pretty good there at the running back position. Then, you know, obviously last pick that I showed you guys was the free safety Monroe, 68 overall. So he'll probably sit behind the current free safety that we have right now for a year. Hopefully he'll develop pretty nicely. Then after that, there wasn't really a whole lot of guys. I did try to get a backup for Kyle Van Noy, 64. So, you know, we're probably going to have to look into next year getting a better player. I'm not sure how well he's going to progress. We're going to have to find out. I also did take a left tackle, normal dev. The only really hidden dev that we had was Niles Coleman. So we're definitely going to want him to be one of our bigger guys here on the offense. But, you know, other than that, man, I think that the draft went pretty well here. Man, our offensive line is just still not looking great. So we're definitely going to have to just really stick with it. We are going to change our scheme here because Tua is not doing great. So let's just make our scheme, I guess the best one here would be the vertical run. And then our defensive scheme, we're going to change that to base 3-4. And I think that'll really help out with some of our defensive tackles and linebackers, especially with them getting sacks. So, you know, hey, our defense is looking pretty good here. Man, I'm kind of curious to see what's going to happen this year. You know, hopefully we can get to the playoffs. But, you know, I think there's still a little bit a ways to go before we can actually get into the playoffs. So we're going to go to the regular season, set our coaching season goal, and then I'll see you guys at the midseason. All right, so going into week 1 of the 2022 NFL season, year 3 of our draft, we're just going to quickly upgrade all these rookies here. And, you know, we're going to set a season goal. So last year we went 9-7. I do expect us to at least win 7 games this year. So we're going to commit to 7 wins. And for those of you who do not know, I do have coach firing off. If you guys want me to turn it on, you know, I might do that. You know, it could make things a little bit more interesting. I know this is the first type of rebuild that I've done. So, you know, I guess we're just really going to have to find out how this goes. But, you know what? Let's get to the midseason. All right, so going into week 9, we are 4-4. So I mean, kind of in the middle of the pack, still not terrible, but you know, I think there's definitely a lot of things that need to be done if we want to make the playoffs here. Tua, hopefully he's doing better this year. I do have pretty high expectations, especially since he was supposed to be the vocal point of this team. Then we have Preston Williams here. Not looking terrible here, 78, he's 25. So, you know, definitely was hoping that he would progress a little bit more. But I mean, it's not terrible. Now, Dalton Nicholas here, our rookie, looking pretty good. Eric Flowers here is going to be 76 overall. So, I mean, we're definitely getting better. We do have something from Kyle Van Noy here. He is saying, hey, coach, we got any plans for the bye week? I think a lot of the guys were hoping to get a little extra time relaxing. So, I think we'll let them relax a little bit. I don't really see an issue here. Injury avoidance went up +2, so that is awesome. Morale went up +3. Exactly what we were looking for right now. Now, when we look at what we have here for signing wise, we do want to sign Shaq Lawson. He is up to a superstar now. We're going to have to wait for Christian Wilkins, Eric Flowers. Probably gonna have to wait for a little bit here. Bobby McCain, we're gonna have to let go here, and so I think the main guys that we're gonna want to sign is Mike Gesicki and Shaq Lawson, and possibly Christian Wilkins. So before we do anything, let's just make sure Gesicki is going to stay with us this time. Hopefully he does not decide to leave. So we did sign him. Shaq Lawson, 2-year deal. Don't see an issue with that. He is up to a superstar dev. So we'll sign him. He's staying with us. And we're just going to have to see here what we have for Christian Wilkins, because I need some more numbers here for sacks, man. That's all we need, and we'll be good to go. So we're going to hop into the playoffs now, and we're just going to see if we make the playoffs or not. All right, so unfortunately, we did not make the playoffs still. We went 6-10, so we were one off from our coaching goal that was set. But you know what? Tua is up to an 82 overall. Let's see if we can get him his strong arm. We did not, unfortunately. But hey, you know what? Tua is looking pretty good here with that 90 throw power. And, I mean, I don't understand what's going on here, man. I mean, we're finally getting the pieces put together here. We seem to have done better last year compared to this year. And that's kind of confusing because our overall is better here. So Niles Coleman here, what is he? He's a star dev, so not terrible here. Now, when we look at our actual team statistics, how did Tua do? Tua had 23 touchdowns, 15 picks. Man, I just don't think that's going to cut it. I really don't. Like, man, I don't know what to do about that. We almost had a 1,000-yard wide receiver, running back, 1,000-yard wide receiver, almost. Gesicki here had a crazy year, almost 1,000 yards as well. Couple hundred off. Defensively, how did we do? Wilkins, that's not going to cut it, man. 1.5 sacks. How many tackles did he get? Not a whole lot of tackles either, man. I just don't think he's going to be with us. Now, we did have 5 picks from Byron Jones, which is awesome. Dalton Nicholas, 9.5 sacks in his rookie year. I will take that every day of the week. So, you know, we do have a couple of questions here, though, man. I mean, what are we going to do with Tua? Are we going to sign Wilkins here? I don't think so. This is definitely going to be pretty interesting. So looking at the yearly awards, Lamar Jackson got MVP. Okay, I can see that. Let's see, Defensive Player of the Year. We did not have anybody. Offensive Rookie of the Year. Niles Coleman had second place. What? Oh, are you serious? Matt Riley got Defensive Rookie of the Year. Who is this guy? I have no idea. But that is quite unfortunate here. But other than that, we didn't really have anybody. So, I mean, I guess the only positive that I have going into this upcoming year is that we finally have offensive linemen that we can take. So, yeah, you know, this finally we can fix this team up. I might have to draft a quarterback, replace Tua here. I mean, there's not a whole lot of quarterbacks this year. So we might, if we have to stick with Tua, if we have to look in free agency to get a new quarterback, we might have to do that. I mean, the options, there are a ton of options right now. We do have the 7th overall pick. So we're going to have to make up our minds here. But anyway, guys, let's just hop into the free agency signing period and see who is available and if we want anybody. All right. So before we get into free agency, we are going to let Wilkins go here. He just did not put up the numbers that I was expecting him to put up. 1 sack is just not going to cut it, man. So we're going to have to get rid of him. You know, good luck in your future, man. Appreciate you being on the team, but we are going to have to move forward, and we're also going to have to get rid of Eric Flowers because he's just not not what we need right now. We need better. We need better players. So going into free agency this year, um, you know, doesn't look terrible. I will say that. Wide receiver wise, Hunter Winfrow. We do have Andy Isabella. Not really looking for those type of guys right now. Left tackle, however, we might have to go for Cam Robinson. Left guard, we might have to go for Phil Haynes. He is around 2-3 years younger than Eric Flowers here, so he could be one of those guys that we finally get to replace and actually get a good player here. And then here at right guard, not a whole lot of guys that I'm really looking to sign. Maybe just for like a 1-year deal, we could sign Kevin Zeitler here. I'm a Giants fan, so that might be a good option here. Defensively, if we can sign, since we do have a whole lot of money right now, if we can sign Brian Burns or even Montez Sweat, I think we'll be looking in a pretty good direction, preferably Brian Burns here. But other than that, man, I think that our team is, we're looking pretty good still. We definitely might have to sign a corner here if I do see anybody worth signing. But other than that, man, I think that's about it. And holy cow, I would just like to point something out here. The free safety that we signed turned out to be a superstar. Look at that. Look at that. Expert scouting right here. We got the math scientist going on right. Madden scientist going on right here. Secure tackler for Monroe. Okay, you know what? I think we're looking pretty good there. So, obviously we're going to try to sign a new corner, get a left tackle finally, and possibly left guard and right guard. But other than that, man, I think we're pretty good to go. So, we'll see who we sign. All right, so it is now week 2 of the off season, and we did get a left tackle here. We did get Robinson, so that's good to go. Obviously with everybody else, I don't know what's exactly going on here. Let's check it out. Kevin Zeitler and the Bills are really trying to go for Phil Haynes here, so I don't think we're going to get him. But Kevin Zeitler, you can see on our team. Other than that, though, I don't really see any corners that I really want. So, I mean, we're probably going to... I'll try to sign here Herndon on a 2-year deal. If he wants to take it, he can. Just because our corners are both 30 now, so we're definitely going to need to look in the draft for some other corners and also get him just in case those guys decide to regress pretty badly. But anyway, guys, let's see who we sign next week, and I'll continue to scout. All right, so going into this year, we do have another 5th-year option for Tua Tagovailoa here. I'm not going to give it to him because I don't know how well he's going to do. He's going to have to prove himself this year. I'm going to make sure that I get him his options. For our second 5th-year option, we do have Austin Jackson here. I mean, no, I don't think I'll give him the 5th-year option either. But other than that, let's see if we did sign anybody. We did get Kevin Zeitler, and we did get Herndon. So we are looking pretty good there. Our defense, offense, both even, 83 overall. Not a whole lot of corners in the draft, man. I don't know what to say. So this year is really going to have to be the year where we really step up our game. And, we're going to have to draft a left guard going into the draft this year, possibly pretty early. Right end, possibly get a new guy. But other than that, man, I mean, we're not looking terrible. I think we definitely could make the playoffs this upcoming year. So I'll see you guys in the draft. All right, so going into the draft here, we do have pick, I believe, number 7. So we actually might be able to get some guys here, hopefully. Let's see, who do we have? We do have a left tackle here. Really, though, I'm looking for a left guard. We do have one possible left guard that we can sign. I really do think that it's probably going to be the move to go here. When we look at everything else, however, we do have a couple of right guards. I could move them to left guard. That won't have a huge drop off here. Looking at corners, we don't really have anybody that I really piqued my interest here. So I think we're going to have to be smart here. we're gonna take DJ Morris here. Doesn't look bad. He is a 74 overall, so we're gonna move him to left guard. And you know what? I think our offensive line is finally fixed. All right, so going into the second round, obviously not a whole lot of guys left that I really saw. We do need a fullback this year. Tight ends will be fine on. Offensive line is looking pretty good right now. I really did want to try to go for him. He looks really good actually, Weber. So he is a 69. Not great, not great. So, you know, he's definitely going to have to be a backup here. Now, going into the third round, we're probably going to have to take probably a running back is what I'm thinking, because we only do have one good running back right now. So, looking at the running back positions, we do have a 73 overall. Those usually don't go too terribly wrong if you draft a guy with that type of combine grade at the running back position. At corner, however, we do have a he could probably be one of the only good corners left in the draft here. He's supposed to go in the second round. We will take him. Hidden Dev, 69 overall. Let's see if we can get another superstar. All right, so looking at the draft recap for year 4, obviously we did get a 74 overall right guard. We're gonna quickly move him over to left guard. He shouldn't drop off too badly. So he's definitely going to be insta starter automatically. Because we do not have a whole lot of depth at the offensive line. So he's now left guard, still a 74. We did get a Weber, 69 normal dev. Now, I did draft, remember, this Hidden Dev 69 overall corner, so definitely watch out for him. Jones could be very good. Then we did get a 72 overall kicker, a 71 overall fullback, and I think the computer just drafted a random left tackle here. So, hey, we're looking pretty good here. Pretty optimistic right now. We do have an 83 overall offense, 81 overall defense. Do I think this is a playoff team? Absolutely, but that's just going to have to be determined because we don't know yet. So, wide receivers looking pretty good. We could have done better at wide receiver. We're going to quickly move this guy into the slot just so we can get him up a dev trait. We're going to move Monroe here into the starting position. And other than that, man, I think we are pretty much ready to go and hop into this upcoming season. I'm pretty optimistic, but, you know, I guess we're just going to have to see how Tua does. All right, so going into season 4, we are going to try to make the playoffs here. I do think that we can make the playoffs with this roster. Definitely we're looking pretty good here. So other than that, I think we should probably upgrade our coach. We're gonna spend some coaching XP here, try to get Tua here, increase that, increase this, increase that, and you know, I think other than that, man, I think we're about ready to go. You know, Brian Flores is not a terrible coach here, and let's see if we can finally get that push into the playoffs. All right, so going into midseason, we did just come off of a win against the New England Patriots. We are 4-4, not a great record, but we're at the top of the division, so let's go. That is all I needed to see. If we can make the playoffs, that is all we need to do. Finally get you guys some Madden 21 gameplay. So, you know, not looking too bad, not looking too bad. I'm hoping Tua is doing better this year. Just quickly upgrading some of these guys, especially Niles Coleman. Looks like an absolute GOAT right now. So we're pretty much progressed everybody. Now looking at the, oh, hold on a minute, McMillan here. He has a dev trait unlocked. He has Enforcer. Defenders with this ability don't allow broken tackles when hit sticking ball carriers, regardless of the runner's size or power. That is awesome. And he also has tip drill. So McMillan has progressed really well this season. You know, good for him. Looking at the bye week, I do think we want to do the same thing that we did last year, where we pretty much let them relax, you know, get the morale up, you know, make sure that they don't get injured, even though injuries are turned off. You know, that is definitely something that we want to make sure happens. Now looking at the season stats here so far, how is Tua doing? Tua, exactly what I wanted to see. 18 touchdowns, 7 picks. He is proving himself. That's what I like to see. Nicole, yeah, he might be on the road here to 1,000 yards. Almost has 500 in half the season. We're gonna have 11 touchdowns for Pascal. Holy cow, that looks awesome. Now looking at the defense, how many sacks are we getting? Van Noy has 5 sacks, tied with Dalton Nicholas. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Picks are a bit down this year, which I kind of expected considering that our secondary is getting older here. But you know, obviously we're looking way better, man. We are looking way better. Tua is finally playing the way he should be playing. And you know what? Let's check his overall here. So Tua's overall, he's an 83 still. That's still not bad, man. Now when we look at the defense, we do have a defense stacked with superstars right now. Jones, however, we're probably gonna have to see what his depth chart is at the end of this season. But overall, man, I think that we're finally getting to where we need to get. Looking at who we want to sign, though, the way that Tua's playing, we might have to sign him. He's playing really well. Dante Parker, he wants a 3-year deal. He's star dev 84. He's probably going to regress. So we're probably going to have to let him go. But we might re-sign him. We'll see. I'm going to quickly sign this corner, however, because our team is getting older. And we're definitely going to need that depth. Punter, I'll sign him most likely. Then when we look at Tua, I'm going to wait to see what he does at the end of the season. He's playing really well right now, man. He's definitely going to get that contract. You can definitely be sure of that. For the last couple of years, we will sign this defensive tackle here. And I think other than that, though, we are looking pretty good. We'll sign him to a 1-year deal just because I know that we may not be able to get another right end into the draft. A good one, that is. Jones will let go of. Other than that, though, man, I think we're looking pretty good. So we'll make sure that Tua does get signed, most likely, as long as he keeps doing what he's doing right now. Van Noy. We might keep Van Noy, actually, you know. And once a 2-year deal, superstar, I don't really see the issue with that. We're only going to have this team for 1 more year, so we're going to make sure we sign him. All we have to do is wait for Tua, see how he does. And, yeah, I mean, we're looking pretty good, though, man. We are looking pretty good. So I will see you guys in the playoffs. Oh, my goodness. We finished 7-9. How did we not make the playoffs this year? That is ridiculous. Our team is actually looking pretty good. I'm actually very disappointed right now. How did we not make the playoffs with this team? Wow. Wow. Okay, well, you know, that's a pretty big disappointment right there. Let me check the stats here, see what happened here. So, 30 touchdowns, 12 picks. I'd say that's a pretty good number for a quarterback. We'll make sure he's signed. Almost had 1,000 yards. We did have 1,000 yards for Pascal here. Oh man. I mean, what happened here? Our sacks were down. It definitely seemed like after we did sim, like our team just stopped performing as well as they were performing. So that's pretty deflating, man. I don't know what to say about that, but we will make sure that Tua does get his contract. He has done really well for us here. So, man, I guess that does suck, though. That really does suck. All right, well, Pascal we do have. He's 29. Superstar dev now, so that is awesome. Yearly awards. When we look at the yearly awards here for the AFC, Patrick Mahomes did get Offensive Player of the Year, MVP. Let's see here. Offensive Rookie of the Year. Mike Harbor got in 2nd place. Defensive Rookie of the Year. Didn't really have anybody here. Best quarterback. Tua, was he in here? Tua was number 9, so that's not terrible. Running backs to nobody. Best wide receiver. Pascal was number 1. Offensive line. Didn't really have many people. Defensive line. We had 1 guy. I mean, not terrible. Not terrible. Not great. We'll make sure that we sign Tua, and, you know, we'll just get into the free agency. Okay, so looking here at Tua, Ah, man. Okay, so he does want a 5-year deal. I have no issues giving him that. We will give him a 6-year deal because it is. I do think he earned that money, so make sure he does. So Tua is now signed in with us. Parker, going into the last year, I really do think that we really need to make a push to make sure that our offense stays intact. He wants to leave free agency. That's fine with me. We can always find somebody else. Punter is only a 1-year deal. I'm not too concerned about that. Make sure that he gets locked in here. Here we go. Other than that, though, man, I think that those are all the guys we want to sign. We got Tua, Kevin Zeitler, 77. We'll see if we can get anybody else. If we have to re-sign him in free agency, we will. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get into free agency here and see who we want to sign. Okay, so looking at free agency here, we have $38 million available. We might go all out here. We do have big play Slay available. Um, man, what could we really do to improve this team? I'm thinking that we're definitely going to need some pretty good wide receivers here. So, T. Higgins isn't terrible. I do feel like, what's his speed? Let's check his speed. I'm pretty sure he's pretty fast. So, 88 speed, not the fastest guy. When we look at Parker here, he does have 89 speed. Man, there isn't a whole lot of people that I would like to sign. So what I'm thinking is that we're gonna sign DeCastro here. We're gonna give him a 1-year deal. We're gonna give him quite a bit of money because we do need to make sure that Tua is protected back there. He did have really good numbers with a good offensive line. So if we can get DeCastro here, I'm not gonna overly overbid, but I am gonna at least try to get him. We will stick with him. If we can't get him, I will stick with Kevin Zeitler here. When we look at the wide receivers, I probably want to sign here. We'll make an offer for T. Higgins. He's not the fastest guy, but I think that he could be a really good number 3 wide receiver here in the slot. So let's not overpay him, and we'll see if we can get him. Other than that, though, we'll look at the corners really quick, see if there's anybody that we really catches our eye here besides big play Slay. Okay, so we're going to try to go for big play Slay. 1-year deal, that's fine with me. He's an 86. It looks like the regression's been tuned a little bit going into this year, so that's nice. We'll try to sign big play Slay here, and I think that's really all about all the people that I really want to sign. So hopefully we get big play Slay, and everybody else, we are about to find out. All right, so big play Slay did accept our offer. We did get rejected by the right guard, so I did kind of figure that. Hopefully we can make the playoffs this year. We are gonna have to sign Kevin Zeitler here because I don't really see anybody else that we really need. We could sign Von Miller. Don't want to make it too unrealistic here. Hey, you know what? We do have the money for it. If Von Miller wants to come with us, he can gladly come with us. I have no issues not signing Von Miller. Then when we look at the right guards, Kevin Zeitler here, want to make sure that we get him on a 1-year deal. So let's offer him a little bit of money here. That's not going to be nearly enough. So we're going to have to down our bid here for Von Miller. He is 35, so nobody's really going to sign him, I do not think. So there we go. Von Miller, there we go. And then we got to make room for Kevin Zeitler here. So hopefully we get Kevin Zeitler and everybody else. I'm not too concerned because they are pretty old guys. So we'll see who we get. Let's just head into next week and see what happens. All right, so going into this week, we did get Kevin Zeitler and Von Miller, so our defense is looking very stacked, old but stacked. When we look at the missing the wording, 5th-year option here, we are looking for who is this going to be for? Timmy Anderson. Yeah, I think we'll give him the 5th-year option. Not that it really matters at this point. But you know what? I think Timmy Anderson's done pretty well for us here. We do have another 5th-year option. Going into this 5th-year option, we do have Grubbs. Now, Grubbs, I definitely want to give him the 5th-year option. He has definitely been very good for us. He is, I believe, an 80 overall now, which is awesome. So we got those two 5th-year options. So I think we're just going to hop into the draft. I'm not going to do too much scouting here. And we're going to sign, hopefully, probably a wide receiver going into the draft. I don't know what pick we have, so it looks like we're not in the top 10. We're at number 13. So going into this year, oh man, the one thing that I really think we need to emphasize is going to be wide receiver. So if there's anybody that I really see that would definitely benefit us, I would take them. I don't really see anybody, so we're going to take this guy. He is 74 overall, normal dev. He is pretty good, however, so definitely corners looking nice. And then I guess the last pick that I'll show you guys before we hop into year 5 of our rebuild is going to be, man, we did get Tua just locked up. So I think the one position that if we were to do this for another year would definitely have to be right end. There were a ton of right ends available going into this draft. So we're going to take the guy with the best combine grade. It looks pretty fast. 70 overall. I'll take it. And anyway, guys, I will see you after all of the draft picks. All right, so looking at the draft recap for year 5, we, it wasn't terrible. Was not terrible. So we did get a 74 overall corner. Then I just kind of let the computer take over everybody else here. Didn't get a whole lot of really good guys, I do not believe. No, doesn't look like it, but we did get some pretty nice people. So especially first round one and round 2 were pretty good. So hey, looking pretty good there, looking pretty good. We're just going to advance 1 week, and we're going to see who we have on our offense and defense. If we need to make a scheme change or anything like that, we definitely will. But I don't think we really have to. Tua is up to an 84 still. Offensive line looking pretty good, pretty solid here. We are going to stick with Williams here at the slot, actually. I think that he'll be better there. Defensively, we do have Von Miller now. There's nobody else that I really want to progress too much. So we're going to go ahead and quickly make Dalton a 80 overall. He has done actually really well for us, at least his rookie year. So, I mean, we're not looking terrible, man. We are not looking terrible here. Let's just see if we can make this playoff push. Okay, so going into week 1 here, we are playing the Colts. Man, hopefully we actually do something. I really feel like this team can finally make the playoffs. It's taken us 5 years. We still haven't really done anything to make the playoffs. So, you know what? We're going to say that we're going to make the playoffs here. Because I really do feel like we can. When we look at our team, 84 overall with the 84 offense, 84 defense, team's looking pretty stellar right now. So we're going to go to mid-season, and we're going to see how we do. So pretty much once we hit mid-season, and I'm just going to play out all the other games, if we end up getting close to the playoffs or we're in playoff contention, probably will show you a playoff game. But if we are not in playoff contention here, I might just give you guys some Week 17 Madden 21 gameplay just so you guys can see the game. But we're 3-4 right now. Not great, that's for sure. Hopefully we can actually win a couple of these games here going in after the bye. So I mean, we're not terrible though. We are not terrible. I think we're probably going to be in the middle of the pack still. Let's check actually really quick here. Yeah. So Jets are 7-1, surprisingly. That's pretty crazy. Then we do have a breakout player, so let's see if we can get him, Williams here, up to a superstar. Looks like he might be doing pretty well in the slot here. So he wants 3 touchdowns, so 150 rushing yards. I think that's pretty manageable here. We do have a couple of guys that we want to re-sign here. Byron Jones, he's once a 1-year deal. Don't see an issue with that. Darius Slay, probably gonna have to let go of him. Man, there aren't a whole lot of guys that I really see re-signing here. I guess we could give this guy a 4-year deal. Don't see an issue with that. Let's see here. I know it doesn't really matter at this point. But you know, we're just trying to keep it here somewhat realistic. So make sure Byron Jones is locked up, Von Miller is locked up, Darius Slay. Probably will not sign. We'll sign Cam Robinson. However, he's been pretty good for us. Hasn't really had any bad years. So you know, these are all the guys that we're gonna sign for now. I'm gonna go ahead and advance, and I will probably either meet you in week 17 or in the playoffs, depending on what we end up doing. All right, so we are now at week 17. We did finish 7-8. Was not good enough. It'd honestly be a miracle for us to make the playoffs here. We would have to go 8-8 here in order to win. We actually have to win the game in order to even be in contention for the playoffs, even though I'm pretty sure we will not be in the playoffs. So I'm just going to show you guys some Madden gameplay. Unfortunately, we didn't really pull off. We ended up at an 85 overall. But we just couldn't get it done, man. We could not get it done. So I'm going to show you guys some Madden 21 gameplay. Just a little bit of it. And, you know, we'll see if we make the playoffs or not. But, you know, odds are not looking our way right now. All right, so going into the game right now, our defense is not doing a great job. We did hold them to 3. If the game does get close, I will hop in. Right now, looks like we did take the field goal. It is 3-3 right now. Their offense is moving down the field. Our defense is somehow holding them, at least for now. Man, it's not looking good though. We are down. We are down right now. If they let me hop in, I will hop in. You know what? We're hopping in right here. Hopefully we can actually do something here, but odds are not looking towards us right now, man. I've got to say. So you know what, we're just gonna do aggressive here, and let's see what Madden wants us to do. It's 3rd and short, about 3 yards to go. So this is what I'm thinking. We got Tua right here. Snap the ball here, see who gets open. Tua, there we go. That is a first down right there. Let's see if they can get into the red zone without my help. 3rd down again, man. I don't know what to say. All right, we're really going to have to check out Tua's stats here after the game, but we really do need to win this game. So let's see what we got here. Coleman, okay, there we go. Coleman's doing pretty well right now. It looks like we are in the red zone here, so let's see if we can get a touchdown. But, you know, it doesn't look like we will. We might, you know, I'm really trying here. So Tua snaps the ball, looks left, throws left, those to his right actually. And okay, so let's just do a bit of a hurry up right now. I mean, we could obviously still win this game, but we are down, so we need to make sure that we at least try to get into the end zone here. 3rd down, 3rd and short, it looks like. So let's just snap the ball to our #1 overall player here, and our running back at an 80 overall. He didn't get it. So Aaron Donald in the zone now. Not good for us, man. We're gonna go empty set here. Hopefully Tua does something here. Tua terrific here, and there we go. We got a touchdown. We got a touchdown. That is all we needed. Let's see if we can finally win this game. Looks like our defense does need our help. Hopefully they can. Okay, we held them. We held them. So it is now 4th quarter. We do need to win the game. So we are down by 3. It is 3rd and 2. We might just run it here. That's an option. Let's try running it here. See what happens. We did get a pretty big hole here. There we go. First down. Easy money for Coleman. All right, we are now in the red zone here. So let's see what we can do. We're going to have far block here. Coleman's going to go on the Texas route. Tua, I completely trust your throwing abilities here. Okay. Besides the slight lag there, that was not exactly fun. But hey, you know what? It's going to happen sometimes, you know? It's Madden. It looks like Tua... Oh, there we go. Is it a touchdown? Oh, we're 1 yard short. Dang it. Tua's looking pretty good, though, right now, man. Tua's looking pretty good. All right, so trying everything we can in order to get into the playoffs here. Doesn't look... And touchdown. There we go, Tua. Let's give him a little bit of swagger right here. We're going to have to make sure that we stop them here on 2nd and 1. Hopefully we can do it. Come on, let's do it. Let's do it. And, oh, nope. Oh, I think he got it. He got it. Not looking good, man. Not looking good. Our season ranking in turnovers is number 7. So, seems like we've been doing pretty well on turnovers here. But, you know, we definitely need to do better at some point here. See if we can force a turnover somehow. Where is Mr. Miller here? I would love to use her with Von Miller before he retires, most likely. So, we are going to pass rush with Von Miller here. They're going to motion, so we are going to just have to... nope. Touchdown. Yep, you got a touchdown. So we are losing once again. We are going to have to move down the field with 3 minutes left and try to win this game. You know, once again, I don't know if we're going to make the playoffs or not, but hey, we can try. That is all we can do right now. Looks like nobody's really getting open to I mean, he did throw the ball better than Madden 20. Madden 20, you could not do that. So at least we can do that here. All right. Let's see. I'm looking for either Gesicki here or go deep. Go deep. Boom. Look at that. Absolute dime. That is a first down right there. Let's go. Let's go. All right. I'm looking for T. Higgins possibly. It does seem like he has a pretty good cannon of an arm here. Nope, we got to go to Coleman right here. Coleman, touchdown. Let's go. Let's take the lead back. That's right. Do a bit of a celebration right there, Coleman. You are the guy. All right, so it looks like third down. Are we going to stop them? We did stop them. We ended up winning 24-20. You know, that was actually a pretty good game right there. I guess we're just going to have to find out to see if the Bills and the Patriots do lose. I don't know, man. This is going to be a pretty close one. That's all I'm going to have to say. So we'll see if we win or lose. I mean, we'll see if they win or lose. All right, moment of truth right here. We're probably not going to make the playoffs. We did go 8-8, but... oh, right. Yep, we did not make the playoffs. The Bills went 10-6. Man. All right. Well, you know what? We did finish with an 85 offense, 84 defense, 84 overall. Was not terrible. Tua, I'm guessing, had a pretty good... yep. Tua was number 1 in touchdowns out of everybody in the league, surprisingly. Hey, this was pretty good, man. This was pretty good. We finally had 1,000 yards. No 1,000-yard wide receiver, however, so that's interesting. Defense, how many sacks did we get? We got 11 sacks. That is exactly what I want to see. We had a good team, man. We just couldn't put it together and get at least one more win. So, yeah, I guess that's all we really have. That's all we really have for today. So, if you guys liked the video, please do hit that thumbs up button. If you are a Miami Dolphins fan, hey, you know what? You know, hit me, give a thumbs up, give me some comments, let you know what you guys think the Dolphins, how they're going to do this year. And, you know, this was really fun. So hopefully I'll be back with another rebuild sometime later on this week or next week. You guys got to stay tuned. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit that bell notification. And, you know what? I'll see you guys next time.